Welcome to game number 5 of the Sultan Smackdown. We've got 3DB playing as Sushi's Legacy. This is the Chinese variant here in the AoE4 Sultans Ascend DLC. And on the other side of the map, Marinelord is playing as the Order of the Dragon, the variant civilization for the Holy Roman Empire. And these two players are some of the best that there are in the Age of Empires scene. And you can see so far this series, B is up 3-1. It is a play all 7, so they're playing for money, playing for honor. But Marinelord are going to be wanting to get a win. And I think we were discussing before this game, Or the Dragon is a civ people have been kind of struggling with this. So it'll be interesting to see how Marinelord decides to play this. Crackety, if you were in Marinelord's shoes here playing Or the Dragon versus Sushi's Legacy, which I know is a civ you play a lot of, how would you possibly approach this game?
It depends. Like, if Sushi's Legacy goes for a second TC, I think the Order of the Dragon can definitely match that. What you want to make sure is that you also get some units out nice and early. Now, we saw B in the last game, or rather in this matchup, go for very, very early barracks there. Get a Spearman out and try to delay Sushi's Legacy from going up to the next age. However, that doesn't really make a ton of sense because you get a lot of tax with Sushi's Legacy as well from that Imperial official being there immediately. And the first age up is also discounted, so you need 30 less gold in order to get there. Overall, it is going to be very tough to deny Sushi's Legacy from being able to age up to the feudal age. So I think Order of the Dragon should just play this with 1 TC feudal age potentially as an opener, get a horse mount nice and early, try to get some raids in with that, and after that, just kind of react, see what your opponent's doing. If they're sticking to 1 TC, I think you don't need to go for a second TC yourself.
Okay, so this map going to be a lot different than we saw in the first half of this series. This is the Golden Pale. Look at all the gold in the middle. Plenty of gold to go around, but basically outside of this, you've got your 2 gold veins, and then if you're Sushi's Legacy, you've got some passive gold from all this taxation. And let's show you this Imperial Official. Maybe you haven't played the Chinese, or maybe you haven't played Sushi's Legacy yet, but they've got this Imperial Official you train up at the town center, and it does different kind of supervision and buffs for your eco. So you can kind of see the tooltip here. It's going to automatically collect generated tax from buildings. So every time they're turning in food, you can see a little bit of gold is generated, and eventually he'll pick that up and deposit it right into the bank. And in addition to that, they can supervise. So right now you see him supervising that mill. That's how you typically open with this civilization, because it's making the resource drop off the buildings leave 20% more of resources. So it is a nice little buff there of your early economy. And over time, you got to decide when you're going to train them. The difference being between China and Sushi's Legacy is with China, you typically build a landmark that in the second age, you can train these, so you don't have to idle your TC, drop a villager. But with this civilization, you've actually got to train it at your town center. So you're going to drop a villager when you decide to do that. When do you usually add your additional Imperial officials, Graggedy?
That's roughly in the feudal age, whenever I feel like I need an additional Imperial official to boost my economy. Whenever I feel like I can get that in. But interestingly enough, we see that the age up right now for B has come in. I think this looks like a fast Jugunu rush. No, actually, it's going to be a stable here. Fast stable. That's going to be interesting. I thought this would be a fast Jugunu build. Chooses to go for the stable instead. Something else I want to mention. Well, I'm not sure, but something else I want to mention. On this map specifically, the meditation gardens, you can actually send a villager outside towards the middle of the map. Get a meditation garden up right in the middle between all of these gold veins, and you can get like 150 gold per minute with that meditation garden landmark. Yeah.
Oh man, right there. Oh my gosh, that would be crazy. Okay. I didn't think about that. He actually got a scout out first, which is interesting. So
he lost his initial scout. Actually, did he? He only has one scout out. Oh, never mind. It gets him shown as a different scout. No, he has 2 scouts out. For some reason, in the caster UI, they're being shown as different units.
Because clearly they're very individual scouts. But yeah, I haven't thought about that strategy. So you saying you can get tons of gold if you put that landmark right here?
Yeah, you can get like 4 or 5 of the gold veins in, so you get up in between 120 and 150 gold per minute.
Yeah, that's a kind of a crazy strategy. Okay, so why do you think he's going for the additional scout? Do you think he's going for professional scouts?
Must be. There's no other reason to go for that right now, isn't it?
Yeah,
and he's also he can supervise professional scouts. He is supervising it right now, so 30 seconds for professional scouts to come in. Yeah, he's just going to be able to immediately steal the deer away from Marinelord. And Marinelord, he's playing off the dragon. He really wants those deer. He doesn't want to go for that immediate farm transition.
Yeah, I'm not surprised in the least to see B going for professional scouts. I feel like he has loved this strategy for a very long time. It's very interesting on this map. You've got the small deer patches. So there's only 3 deer in these compared to like the one in base here that has like a full 5 of them, which I'd be surprised if he managed to get those, but who knows? Marinelord, I'm not sure really has vision on this right now. I'm not sure. I mean, seeing that stable, he might not know right away. He does have Spearman coming out, which makes me think that he probably did scout the stable, but I'm not sure what that Spearman will be able to do here at the beginning of the game. Let's see, everything is pretty much under the town center, except for maybe he could take some pokes at that gold.
Yeah, I agree. I think he saw the stable, but I don't think he saw the scouts coming off that, or at least he didn't expect the pro scouts. He's gonna see it in a little bit because his scout seems to be crossing paths with the 3 scouts returning with the deer. So should be spotting that out right about now.
Yeah, he sees it. Yeah, there it is. So he knows it's coming.
In that direction.
Let's see if he drops any of them, because that Spearman, how many hits does it take to kill a scout? 1, 2,
oh, just
3, I guess.
3 hits.
Yeah, he drops
3
that
hits,
deer.
and I think with when the scout attacks as well, it's only going to be 2 when the scout gets some hits off.
Yeah, he's trying to drop it. Drop the payload! Get out of there! I think he's going for a run. He's trying to grab. Oh, that one's low on HP. Risky.
Oh, the scout could get it. He doesn't risk it.
Nearly alive. Oh my gosh, I would have lost that scout for sure, 100%. Look at the micro. It does lose a scout.
Yeah, the scout goes down there. First couple of deer are already being returned though from the other side.
Yeah.
You can just go back for those later.
Well, for those of you that maybe have returned to AoE4 from older days, you might remember you used to run at full speed with these. So you'd pick up the deer and there was no stopping them. It was like every game, everyone's going for professional scouts every single time. And now, as you can see, they move much slower. So you can actually do a little counterplay to it. But Marinelord going after the villagers out here, building an outpost, but going to take some damage. Will he be able to complete this outpost? Looks like he's going to wrap around there. Take the low HP villagers home. He should be able to complete that TC. Some very nice micro, keeping all his villas alive. He isn't even going to jump inside. He says he knows he has a lot of HP. He says, I'd rather gather gold. So now I'm going to take any shots on him.
Speaking of TC, behind that Marinelord, he went for a second TC of his own on that deer.
Yep. So we've got
Age-up coming in, actually. Shaolin Monastery, that's a good timing here, considering that he went for pro scouts. Not too big of a delay for him. And he's got sustainable food in his base now with that.
Yeah, you're right. He's got food in base. He's got this golden base. Of course, he's got taxations, and then going to have a Shaolin Monastery. As we talked about earlier, you can use these monks to instantly start grabbing relics out on the map. So we're going to see him going for that. And Marinelord's gone for a 2 TC, building wall, kind of a little slower of a play, which, I mean, or the dragon isn't particularly speedy. It's going to be very hard for him to deny these relics, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think all of these relics are going to go over the way for B, and like even if he gets a horseman out, the Shaolin monk is able to easily take on 1 or 2 horsemen.
Yeah. Are you able to supervise the Shaolin Monastery to speed up the monk production?
You're not. China and their variant civilization, they're not able to supervise any landmarks whatsoever.
Now, can the Shaolin monk take the spearman? Can they take on a spearman? Is he 170 HP versus 180?
Easily. Very, very, very easily.
Easily cracked, he says. There you have it.
Yeah, if you look at the attack speed, Shaolin Monk has 0.75 attack speed, so 0.5 seconds between attacks. For Spearman, it's 1.88 seconds.
Yeah, that is absolutely crazy. So we're about to see really the power of this strat. The Shaolin Monk's going to come out on the map, and now he's going to start grabbing all these relics, and that's going to be a lot of gold generation. Let's see if he's able to deny any of them. Marinelord has to know at this point, like, okay, he's racing for the relics. I've got to do something about it. Let's see kind of his line of sight, what he can see. So he sees one monk going this way, but the problem is they just keep coming, right? You can just continuously make them because they cost food. It's not like spending gold with other civs, and they can fight. So it's not like, oh, well, these are useless units once you get the relics. These are going to be part of his army here in a bit, but it looks like he's going to be able to get one of them right now. Looks like he gets us around there, and they've got the stick out there fighting, but unfortunately, he might be outnumbered here today. That's no Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc.
Couple too many units coming out there. The Shaolin Monk, now, if he survives, which he doesn't, but if he did survive, he would be able to heal himself up.
We have a Lancer out as well. Going to be getting in the fun, but Spearman there going to do damage. Look at that bonus damage. That Lancer stood no chance against these gilded Spearmen. See a Lancer going down, and Marinelord able to do some damage here, all things considered. I think 2 monks have gone down. He killed a Lancer, does lose one of his horsemen. Looks like there's probably another one, though, up north. Did he grab one of the relics? I thought I saw one going this way. Where did they go?
Yeah, there were some good trades there for Marinelord. He got a lot of relic out there. There are 2 relics right now on their way back to the base of B. You don't see them in the caster UI because the Shaolin monk, it's not ready yet. The caster UI is not ready yet for the Shaolin monk.
He can't handle it. It's too overpowered for the caster UI. Shaolin monk is stealthy, but like Marinelord's taking these little fights, and it seems like it's going good. He's killing a few knights. He's maybe killed a few of these the Shaolin monks. The end game for B here is, at whatever cost, get the relics. If he can get those relics, that's like endless gold he's gonna have for the rest of this game. Marinelord's economy, as you can see here, looking good, but don't be fooled by the UI. Don't forget the fact that, well, actually, you know, this is actually a bigger count, right? Because these are dragon villagers. These are the buff villagers, so they're actually way ahead here.
Yeah, Marinelord in theory is like 15 villagers ahead right now when it comes to the efficiency of the economy. We can see B right now. He's on roughly 700 food per minute. Marinelord's almost doubling that, and he's going to be up soon to the castle age.
Yeah,
he needs a little bit more gold.
His economy's looking good. I don't think he's going to be able to really deny a whole lot of these relics. Maybe we'll stop a few of them. Oh. I wanted that sound effect to play out because for the first time in the game, we have a civilization that has a unique voice line for Wololos. It's more of a Wololo. How was that? I've been practicing that.
That was a good one. A little bit of that Mongolian throat singing in there, even though it's the Chinese variant civilization.
Yeah, that's my, you know, German-Irish heritage. You know, they're very good singers.
Oh, Shaolin monk at the bottom side was able to take down a horseman. He's not going to be collecting that relic.
Okay, how many did he get back home so far? 2 home right now. He's got a market, adding in some archer ranges, and going for the Zhengdong Tower. So, going to receive free units when a barracks archer range or stable is completed, which is funny, just considering he already built a lot of production. But we'll get the dynasty.
Yeah, exactly. Behind that, Marinelord goes up with the Burgrave Palace. Now, Burgrave Palace is an interesting one for the Order of Dragon because it doesn't produce at 5 times the speed of a normal barracks. Instead, it produces 30% faster, but you also get a 30% discount on the units. That one's gonna play out.
Didn't get that one. Okay, so Marinelord heading up to the next age, and, you know, B might have all these relics, but Marinelord's economy is looking so strong. So I think the early stage of this castle game is where it's going to really matter, because I don't know. I personally wouldn't want to be playing Or the Dragon into the late stages of Imperial up against the powerhouse of Sushi's Legacy. But, you know, we'll see what Marinelord has in store. Of course, the middle of the map, the gold, will come into a factor at some point. But right now, it's just kind of been a grab the relic minigame. Right now, we see 2 relics have been gathered. He's going for a 3rd one out there. And the archery range. Now, I'm interested that, okay, he went for the Zhengdong Tower. That's not the Castle Age landmark. I thought he was going to go for unlocking the pagoda.
No, he wanted to get that Feudal Age landmark in order to get the Song Dynasty. That way, he will be able to go for farm transition here.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because at some point you want to get this pagoda to put the relics inside of there, which you're going to need the Castle Age Dynasty.
Yuan Dynasty overall not as strong for Sushi's Legacy as it is for normal China. China gets 15% movement speed on all of their units, every single unit, while Sushi's Legacy they get a 10% discount on their units. But the movement speed is actually more effective there because it also acts as like an economy buff.
Now these are veteran gilded spearmen. Look at them. High armor.
They're strong.
Yeah, these are imperial. These are the aristocrats of the society. They only have the best of the best in their army. And as you can see there, like 1 died. So B going to have to push back, and let's see what he's kind of playing here. We see some of these Zhugnu being trained up, and Marinelord continuing to take these fights. We see some monks getting in on the action now. 3 relics have been secured for B. Right now, Marinelord with an additional relic come back to his base. So he's going to be able to get at least one of them, it does seem. Oh
Yeah,
no.
Beast food economy still looks good with all the gear that he has. And now Marinelord is going to go for his own farm transition. So a little bit of a low point now for Marinelord. He's not going to be able to pump out that many units currently.
Yeah, villagers. He just lost a villager down on the south side we saw there to a random spearman raid. Oh yeah, and when you're done getting all the relics, you've got tons of monks. Go take all the sacred sites. So we see there's 2 sacred sites in this map. One on the far north, one on the south side. He already has one, and of course sacred sites. It is a win condition, 10 minutes once you hold a sacred site, but it's also passive gold generation. So on top of all that gold he's already getting from this, getting even more. So you can keep an eye on that passive gold, the gold per minute at the top.
Yeah, it's a lot of passive gold now. Interestingly enough, the Shaolin monks, they also count as like military units. So right now there's a Shaolin monk that has a relic on his back because there's only space of 3 relics in the Shaolin monastery.
Yeah.
As a monk just being control all military, move towards the middle with a relic on his back.
Yeah. There's that. He could also use it to box out this army because it is an entirely melee army. But it does seem weird. It's rallied towards the enemy base.
Maybe he's trying to go for the Wallow villager conversion right in the base of the opponent.
Ooh, dragon villagers. Yeah, maybe.
Now he realizes, oh wait, I got a relic on my back. Now he moves back.
Dude, that's me all the time. Control all military. Like, my relics are going in the middle of the map.
There's a lot of Shuganu right now as well, but Marinelord, he does have some men-at-arms. Now, these men-at-arms, they're no joke. They got almost 300 HP.
Yeah.
They're very, very tanky.
Here they are. I was wondering for a second if it'd be worth it to train up some of these Gilded Landsknechte with considering how many, spearmen he's been making, but we do see those Zugnu starting to come in, and I think they will probably pick them off.
The cool thing about the Landsknechte for the Auto Dragon, now, we know usually the Landsknechte, they're very, very squishy. Not for the Auto Dragon. Their Landsknechte, they can take some beating. They have a very large health pool and very large attack as well. They can actually get a lot of value out before they go down.
We see just a single Shaolin battle monk raiding down here, causing problems, pushing off of the boar. If I was Marinelord, I wouldn't want to be pinned down to my base because the gold is going to eventually run out if this goes in the late stage. We say that, we haven't had a single game yet this series. I don't know if we've really even gone past the 30-minute mark, which is very interesting compared to like last week. I felt like every one of our games were like that when we had Puppy Paw and Beastie Cutie. But also looking at this week, the players have had time to refine their builds and come up with some stronger build orders for whatever strategy they're trying to do. So I think it's probably a little more refinement we're seeing this week, but still plenty of exploration. We see the boar going down there in the northwest side.
And behind that, Mount Lu Academy also going to be coming in. So that's going to be the Yuan dynasty. With that, B is going to be able to build the pagodas and get some additional income now.
Mm-hmm. Yep, send down those granaries on the backside. Of course, those buff up all of the villagers gathering from farming, and they do stack. So, kind of awkward placement here, but they do stack up. He's building his pagodas as well. He'll drop them in, and he finally does have the Mount Lu Academy, so he can get some upgrades for his Imperial officials. You can see here a few of those, but I don't want to miss the action going on here on the front line as we have a monastery going down. And he could grab that. I'm assuming he has someone to grab the relic.
Yes, he's getting it. He's just taking the relic away from Marinelord. Cheeky play there from B. Look at that.
He yoinks the relic. Can we get a yoink in chat? I guess this, you know what? This army is, I bet this civ is going to be the best civ at stealing enemy relics because they're like always going to have these in their army. Look at him.
Yeah, it's very cool. We got 11 of those out right now, so it's a pretty decent force, and getting the melee damage upgrades on them is going to be great just because they attack so quickly as well.
The great relic heist. Okay, we see a manga now. Man, that army is getting really big there. Ooh, a good hit though. Marinelord deals a lot of damage. He does have his upgraded tower. They always look like, I think the HRE have the strongest looking towers in the game. Like, I know they all got, well, I guess they even are with the relic. Man, I bet he wishes it was inside of the stone tower.
You compare those towers to Japanese outposts, which have like, they're made out of wood and reinforced. They're still made out of wood, just some wood planks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look better. These look stronger at least.
The Japanese tower looks like the outpost from AoE2, right? The one that just gives you line of sight or whatever, the little cheat boy. Yeah, like, that's what those look like. Like, this looked like it's going to stand the test of time, not to mention emergency repairs. They literally do, and They have they have buffs when they put relics inside of their defensive structure. So it's kind of unfortunate he did lose that relic. So with that, does that mean B has all 5 relics?
B has all 5 relics, and there's gonna be a knight coming out, a gilded knight from Marinelord, trying to get some damage in. Marinelord knows that the forest has been killed in the corner, that there's still resource remaining in it because the icon's still there. And he's gonna be sending that gilded knight right over there to those villagers.
Yep. There we go, going in for the attack there. Boom. Boom. That knight looks so menacing.
If he had +2 melee damage, he would actually be two-shotting these villagers, which is impressive considering that B actually got textiles.
Yeah, yeah. Those knights are so awesome. It sucks when you're like, your army's out here, and then you look behind and you have one of these knights in your base because like, one spearman isn't gonna deal with that thing for some time. Now he does have a few units here to react, but it can really cause some problems. Marinelord reaches the Imperial Age though. B left in the dust in the Castle Age. Marinelord in Imperial. There it is, the Palace of Swabia, aka the Villager Printer. 20 food in 8 seconds. He gets a villager in. I mean, look at this. He's already got a huge eco lead. Don't forget the fact that these are stronger villagers. And now he's spawning more out. He's picking off some villagers, so really leveling the playing field as far as this economy goes, but he's got to kind of offset the 5 relics that are in pagodas generating all these resources, and then, you know, the farming is going on.
That single knight just killed 6 villagers. That's dirty almost.
I really hope someday we get like a kill count when we click on units, because that would be a really fun stat to see from an observer. If only like that they possibly had the data for that when a unit kills something, that they could just add it to a stat. I don't know. It's probably a really hard coding test on HackerRank, but maybe they'll figure it out someday.
Definitely hard to do. But yeah, Marinelord, he's gonna have to move out soon because he only has 1,000 gold left in the gold veins in his base. Gonna have to move out. He's got 80 population worth of military units. Now, his army isn't actually that big size. It's all of these units just count as 2. And he's also upgraded his men-at-arms. So these are now elite gilded men-at-arms. They got 340 HP.
Yeah.
He barely take any damage here from those Jugunu.
I haven't seen a whole lot of like large engagements for the Order of the Dragon, because usually they die so quickly in these series, and he's got to go to Horseman doing some damage. I don't know, Crackety. Marinelord looking like he could possibly do something here this game. He's got a he's putting a cape down the middle, has a very strong army. B just now trying to age up. He's dishing out raids left, right, and center in the back.
Yeah, these raids hurt him a lot right now. That's gonna be a lot of his food economy idled, and behind that B, he's going up with the Temple of the Sun. Only 4 villagers on that, and Marinelord, he's gonna try and use this timing to attack onto B right now with his main army. He's gonna have to defend against that landmark.
Uh-oh.
Is it gonna be under attack? He's gonna have to cancel it.
He could kill it. Like, these are not just regular man-at-arms. He's going for the town center, but I thought he would kill the landmark.
That's going down really quickly. That's very good value as well, though. That center just evaporated.
Yep. Okay, so we see the Order of the Dragon unleashing its might in its final form in the Imperial Age. B under siege right now. Order of the Dragon flooding into the base. Can he hold on? He's got the Springles to deal with that Mangonel, but the Mangonel knows it's there. It's sitting back for now. The Gilded Horseman, though, just turning them to splinters almost immediately. But there's a lot of spearmen in here. I can't tell if B's going to be able to hold this right now. There's just so much chaos.
B should be able to hold, but it is going to be some heavy loss, and especially idle time for him. He lost a lot of destruction value. Marinelord is looking very, very solid on that. Wow. Tries to get some shots off. And the Men-at-Arms actually still out there dishing out a ton of damage right now.
Yeah. Man, oh man. That was a fun little attack. Okay, what is that? We got some more reinforcements from the backline. Gilded Horsemen coming on up. In the back, by the way, while else has been going on, we've had spearmen have been poking away at the villagers. Look at the villager count right now. 41 to 108, and Marinelord, he's got dragon villagers. These aren't just regular. He is crushing B's economy. B luckily has these 5 relics, and boy, he's gonna have to pray to whatever god he believes back there if he's going to survive the rest of this game.
And the Order of the Dragon, Marinelord, making them work very, very nicely.
You know, I can't but do anything but love this right now, because You know, we've talked shit about Order of the Dragon. We've talked about how strong Sushi's legacy is. And Marinelord picks up a game. Order of the Dragon versus Bees. Sushi's legacy. Amazing. I can't believe he did it, but he did. It's possible. Let that be inspiration for all you HRE variant enjoyers out on the lobby.
Yeah, is Order of the Dragon OP? We see it all there.
That's the thumbnail
immediately.
for sure. Yes, it's definitely, that was a complete destruction. That was just, I love it. I love it. Look at this villager count. Now remember, when you think about Marinelord's vills, right? You know, the value that they hold. But look at the raids he was able to do. Just killed so many of B's villagers. And man, a great time. And even I was saying at the beginning of the game, like, you know, I don't know if they can stand up in the Imperial Age, but maybe the trick is B didn't get to the Imperial Age. He attacked before he was able to get to full strength because he had all 5 relics, and I was getting really, really nervous at that point in the game.
Yeah, it really feels like B, he definitely needs those walls at some point in order to be able to like get a little bit of additional time there to finish his Imperial Age landmark. I think if he got that up, he might have been in a better position to take that fight. Since he did have the military number lead, he was just missing the upgrades and definitely could have been in a better position because as soon as he gets that Temple of the Sun up, he could have switched over to get like plus 15% damage on his Jugunu, his Palace Guards, and that could have potentially swayed the fight a little bit there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Really, really, really fun to see an Order of the Dragon win. I always am rooting for an underdog sim, and I really feel like that's what they are. But maybe we just don't know. Maybe we just got to figure it out.